Am I the a-hole for telling my son that his stepmother, who ended my marriage, isn't his mom? My ex-husband and I were together for 17 years. We were high school sweethearts, the couple everyone thought would make it forever. We went to prom together, applied to the same colleges, and built our lives side by side. After college, we got married young and moved to New York City. He was always a big dreamer, and when he launched a startup, I was his biggest cheerleader. To both our surprise, the business took off quickly. We became financially comfortable, even wealthy by most people's standards, but I never stopped working. My career was my own pride and joy, and I loved the independence it gave me. The trade-off for our success was time. Our schedules often ran late into the night. Business trips became routine. We told ourselves it was just the season of life we were in, and that it was all for the sake of giving our kids the best possible future. But with both of us gone so much, it became clear we needed help at home. That's when we hired nannies. At first, we had a whole system. One main nanny during the week, another who handled the weekends if both of us were away, and a third as backup. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. The kids were cared for, the house was in order, and we had peace of mind knowing they were safe and loved. Then, after a year, our head nanny left to pursue another career. We decided to promote our weekend nanny to the main role. She was younger, energetic, and the kids adored her. The backup nanny moved into the secondary position. At first, I thought the change was fine. But slowly, things began to shift. My husband started acting different. He was shorter with me, snapping over the smallest things, and his patience, which had always been one of his strengths, seemed to vanish overnight. I chalked it up to stress from work. But then I started to notice his mood lift when she was around. He'd laugh at her jokes, the kind of laugh I hadn't heard from him in months. I caught him glancing at her more than once in a way no married man should look at another woman. She was warmer to him than she was to me, leaning in close when they talked, flashing smiles that lingered too long. I didn't want to believe it. I told myself I was imagining things. I wasn't. He eventually filed for divorce. He didn't give me a dramatic confession, just cold paperwork. And less than a year after our divorce was finalized, to the shock of literally no one who had been paying attention, he and the nanny officially started dating. Within another year, they were engaged, then married. We share joint custody. The kids stay with him during the week because he kept the family home that's closer to their school. They're with me on weekends and most holidays. Since I'm still in the city, drop-offs and pickups aren't a huge ordeal. But I do have to see her occasionally during the exchanges. I'm polite, because that's who I am, but make no mistake, I will never see her as anything other than the woman who played a massive role in ending my marriage. She is, in my eyes, a homewrecker. Lately, though, something has been eating at me more than usual. My kids have started referring to her as Mom when they talk to me. Not stepmom. Not her first name. Just Mom. It makes my stomach twist every single time I hear it. And it's not accidental. I can tell my ex and his wife are encouraging it. They've built this narrative that she's just another mom to them, like it's completely normal. She's been having babies like clockwork, one every year since they got married. She's now on her 6th with him, and they've only been married 7 years. Those can be her kids.
But mine? No.
Over the weekend, it happened again. I was having a light-hearted conversation with my son, and he casually referred to her as Mom. Before I could stop myself, I said it. She isn't your mom. It came out calm, not harsh, but I meant it. Apparently, he repeated this to his dad. Because Monday morning, I woke up to a text message from my ex that started with insults and ended with, "See you in court." Now I can't stop spiraling. I'm not usually someone who scares easily, but I can't help feeling anxious. I've been lying awake at night, replaying everything. My work is suffering because my mind just won't focus. What if I really screwed up here? I know my kids love her in their own way. I'm not trying to erase that relationship, but I am their mother. I carried them. I raised them. I was there for their first steps, their first days of school, every milestone. She came into the picture after destroying my marriage, and now she's being called Mom like my role is replaceable. I can't tell if I crossed a line, or if I just finally said what I've been screaming inside my head for years. TLDR, my kids have started calling their stepmom, who had an affair with my husband, Mom. I told my son she isn't his mom, and now my ex is threatening court.